Welcome to Backstories, the podcast where we dig deep into the untold tales behind the people, places, and moments that shape our world. Every month, we'll uncover the hidden narratives that inspire, surprise, and challenge us. So, grab your headphones and get ready to journey into the past, one backstory at a time.
Returning storyteller, one of my favorite storytellers, Nick is here to talk about Rob Jr.
Okay, so sometimes when you hear the same phrase brought up to you over and over again, you eventually start getting smart with your responses back, and it can get you into trouble if you're not careful. I'll teach you how to stay out of trouble. So about a year and a half ago, my wife and I went to the Wrecker in Towson. It's a music venue because Baltimore local legends 80s rock band The Ravens were playing there with hit songs such as Raised on the Radio and No Regular Woman. And my wife and I, we love going to musical events where the music is 25 to 40 years old because usually everyone's excited to be there, everyone wants to get out at a reasonable time, everyone's very polite to you. It's a very mellow evening for us. And my wife was a fan of the Ravens because her parents had been fans of the Ravens. So now the trade-off to going to older music venues when you're younger than the rest of the crowd is usually someone comes up and says something along the lines of, "You're too old to be here. How do you know who Stevie Nicks is?" Or "You're too young to be here. How did you even hear about this place?" And it's a fair trade-off. And that happened that evening. About 10 minutes into the venue, we're sitting there, and this woman comes dancing up, and she says, "You're too young to be here. How do you even know who the Ravens are?" And I point at the front man of the band and say, "That's my dad." She goes, "Rob Fahey's your dad?" And I said, "Well, yeah, and I heard he was in town, and I thought it would be nice to support him, so I came out," which is true. She goes, "I love Rob." I said, "I hear that all the time." Also true. She said, "He sang at my wedding." I said, "Did he?" "I don't hear that one as often." Very cool. Very cool. And so she laughs and I laugh and she dances away and my wife and I chuckle at each other. And about 5 minutes later, she comes dancing back and she goes, "So wait a minute, that would make you Carolyn's son. Time to bail." So, I was just kidding about the Rob Fahey. He's not my dad. It's just because you said I was too young to be here. I thought it would be funny. She goes, "Oh my God, I can't believe I fell for that. Is this even your wife? Is that even a ring on her face? Was this all just like a big prank you were playing?" It's like, no, that part was real. She says, "Well, here's the thing. I told all my girlfriends that you're Rob Fahey's son, so now I have to pretend for the rest of the night that that's true, because if I go back and tell them you tricked me, I'm going to look like an idiot." I said, "Well, I'd be happy to lie to them too if it would make you look good, as we've seen." And so we all had a laugh about it, and she was very nice. And I think one of the keys to when you prank someone that people often forget about is you have to let the person on the joke early, right? If you keep dragging them along for too long, then they start to feel hurt by it. And so I pulled out early and we could both have a nice little laugh about this. But I know that I'm not going to get away with it for long. It's going to come back around. Because in 2042 or whatever, I'll be sitting at the Wrecker and I don't know, Carly Rae Jepsen will be up there singing Call Me Maybe, and someone's going to come up to me, and they're going to say, "Hey, I'm Carly Rae Jepsen's parent." And I'm going to fall for it and say, "Oh my God, really?" And that man's going to say, "No, I'm Rob Fahey, and I remember what you said back in 2023 at the Wrecker. That's not funny." And then he will be the one laughing at me. Thank you.